back to Crossover, everybody. Once again, I am your host, Austin House. With me, I have Adam.
Hello.
We have Edgar.
Hi.
And we have Daniel.
Hello.
So it's early morning the next day, and you are told by one of the Joes that General Hawk wants to speak with you. He's speaking to Jack and Kensei.
Okay.
Because you guys were both given barracks. Jack, I do want to point something out over the course of the night. You can't keep the Power Ranger suit on 24/7. You just don't have the connection to the Morphin grid to keep it up forever.
Yeah, plus it kind of chafes a little bit, like if you lay in it for too long.
Which begs the question, how are you going to keep your identity a secret?
Maybe I'll fake an accent or something.
Well, the thing to consider now is, do you? I mean, you're currently a solo act. Who's going to stop you from breaking that one particular rule?
You said we're in the barracks. I assume these aren't in one private barracks.
Group sleeping quarters.
I will find a suitable place to suit down, like just be seeing my location, because his is a different place from mine, so.
You guys are basically right next to each other, two bunks apart, So, you power down secretly, but now you're a civilian walking around on a military base, and nobody knows who you are.
Oh, I'm just the janitor.
Go ahead, give me a deception roll for that.
So that's a 2, so that is a 22 with 20 on the die.
Holy cow. They believe that.
It is Louis the janitor.
I mean, there's so many people in this base that very few people know who everybody is. So it's not hard for them to buy. Maybe
Viper. Come to Washington Viper.
I get caught up in what I'm doing, and I'm actually being a janitor right now.
Somebody put a mopping bucket in your hands and said clean the floors.
No, I called one in from the grid. You know.
Oh, wow. The things you keep
it's
in the
mopping
grid.
time!
Bravo!
Can you imagine the Zord for that be like a Zamboni or something?
Wow. Alright, so
I'm a semi over here.
I imagine so as you're mopping the floor.
Depends on where you're cleaning it.
I'm pretty thorough. I'm good at my job.
Are you close to him?
Find a subtle place to Morphin time while he goes to get Postmark.
It's what time?
It's Morphin time! Razorback!
The blue energy cascades over you, and in an instant you are transformed and suited up into your super cool in-space-themed armor. So they come into the motor pool, and they're looking for you, Postmark. Are you in your postal van?
You hear the sound of metal clearing scabbard?
No, don't cut him. That'd be mean. I'm gonna zap him instead. Oh.
I feel like that would be worse than just me driving.
No, it just makes it so his legs don't work so good.
He shocks me.
Well, roll that. since you're clearly not doing anything about it.
Yeah, since you're still asleep.
Take an upshift because he's sleeping.
Oh, sweet. It's oh wait. Can I do some aiming too?
Sure.
Aim?
There's no reason you can't.
He's aiming?
Yeah.
I'm a stationary target!
Boy, it's really easy to aim on you. I didn't get a D10.
Oh, here's one.
Yeah. That's a critical 29.
So, light him up. How much stun is that?
It's just 2.
So for the next 2 turns, you can't move, but you sure as heck feel it when all of a sudden you're cattle prodded by the power of the Morphin grid, channeled through a staff wielded by a person you thought was your friend, and jarred awake as your circuitry shorts out.
So it looks like my head comes out above the serial number on the top. So, what is that about?
Wake up! Wait. General Hawk wants to see us. You're lucky. I was going to stab you.
I don't know why he was going to stab you. Like, that seems a little, overly aggressive. I'm going to tinker with his hood.
Alright, well, technology. Cool. He is stunned for 2 rounds, so you pretty much have free reign on this.
Oh, I forgot that he's stunned.
Yep.
20.
20?
Jeez.
What were you trying to do with him?
No, try and get him to start up again. He ain't moving. Can I do a manual start?
In other words, as you're yelling at them for shocking you, all of a sudden you have a heart palpitation as a transformer, as one of them is tinkering with the part of your anatomy that could feasibly be considered your chest. Maybe.
Yeah, definitely my chest.
You're no longer stunned, thank goodness, but yeah, now you got this going on.
When's the last time you had an oil change, man?
It's messy in here. I am from the 80s.
You know, they think you get you some better seals.
You know, with Postmark, they say every 3,000 miles, consult a doctor.
Okay. All right, can I get up now?
Yeah, I think
I put myself back together and get up.
So do you convert?
Yeah.
Now you're standing before you as Postmark in his full bot mode.
Twitch.
Yeah, there's a weird tick in his face now. I don't know why. That said, you guys head on over to the briefing room once again, and once again you find yourself having to duck down and squeeze through the door. General Hawk sees you and gestures for you three to come over. After we interrogated Zartan last night, we've determined that we need to go ahead and start making moves on Cobra now. You gave us the disc with the location that he was supposed to meet up with them with the information he found. So we're going to use that to our advantage at this point. He pulls up the information that they have, which pinpoints where the base is. It's out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean somewhere. There's no island there. It looks like it's a base in the middle of nowhere.
Dang, that's crazy out there. You got like a water boat, Mo?
Quick culture check.
I have culture now.
Cultured swine.
I have culture. 18.
With that roll, you actually know somebody nearby that could help out. A triple changer by the name of Broadside.
Broadside, huh?
Broadside, yes, he should be able to assist.
And I will go ahead and let you know that the reason you think that he's able to assist is because he turns not only into a jet, but also into a full aircraft carrier.
Well, where does he put the aircraft carrier when he's a jet?
You know, being Cybertronian, that some Cybertronians can adjust their mass by shifting some of it into subspace.
Oh, cool. Man, if they could pass that technology on to humans, they would make a fortune.
It's true, but I mean, you kind of have a similar trick with the Morphin Grid.
Yeah, but I can't put, like, my arm in there or nothing.
To your assertion that Broadside could be useful, General Hawk asks you if you can contact him and pull him in to this op. And after having said that he turns into a jetliner and a aircraft carrier, he starts formulating a plan.
Right. I want to attempt to contact Broadside.
All right. If you would, either technology or science on that one, I think. Whichever one works better for you.
Well, concerned I have Jack in science and a lot in technology. I know which one you're going to go.
Yeah, I could help in science.
So we'll go with the higher one, like 12.
It's actually not very difficult. You use an Autobot frequency that Autobots across the planet recognize.
Yeah, we're up. Where's he at?
When he answers, what do you want?
Broadside, where are you?
I'm laying low near, I don't know what the humans call this place. Some ocean somewhere.
That narrows it down?
Yeah, there's 7. Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, continent.
Oh, it's definitely the one they call North America. I think it's on the western side, I think.
With all the earthquakes?
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Okay,
Makes
north
me
or south? Is the sun shining? Is it nice and pretty?
I mean, yeah, as far as solar cycles go.
South. Port?
They have one.
No, I mean, are you in a port?
I'm laying low at one right now, yes.
LA? San Francisco?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Which one? That's a big state!
What do I know? The humans name their cities all kinds of weird stuff. What do you want,
Okay,
Postmark?
alright, well, the one in San Francisco actually says Port of San Francisco and big red writing across the front of it, but anyway.
I read Cybertronian Postmark.
Okay, there is a threat to this planet at a hidden base off not far from where you are, and I was wondering if you could give me and some friends maybe a little bit of a lift out that way.
Would I have to fly or float?
Float.
Okay, fine.
I'll go ahead and send him the coordinates.
He pauses for a minute, considering. Alright, it'll take me a little bit to get there, but I'll be there soon. Give me maybe 2 hours.
Oh, shit. He moved pretty fast.
To get where we are?
Yeah, I'll come pick you up. I don't like it, but I'll do it.
Are we on the coast?
No, we're in the desert.
You're in Phoenix, Arizona. But bear in mind, these are robots in disguise, and the normal speeds of the vehicles that they are don't always apply.
Well, I'm way less concerned about that and how, he's going to give us a lift. Because I know that when he's an aircraft carrier and all, he can probably carry us. But when he's a jet, how's he going to carry a postal vehicle?
Is this like a cargo jet or what?
Basically, yeah. Really big jet with a very large cargo compartment.
So, I let you guys know that there's a ally on the way to take us to where we're going.
All right.
What do we need to do to prepare for this, guys?
I'll need some scuba gear.
Which is why I've already called in an expert. Hey, Joe walks in wearing a wetsuit, even though he's on dry land. He salutes and says, "Hi, my name's Torpedo." And if I'm not mistaken, you said that your friend turns into a plane and a aircraft carrier?
Yes.
Well, since there is an air element to this, I'm also sending a second Joe with you. This one walks in, and it's a gentleman wearing a knapsack in a jumpsuit. Salutes as well and says, "Private Ripcord reporting for duty."
Ripcord.
He looks to Kensei and smiles and goes, "Hey, Kensei!"
Oh, hey! How's it going?
He comes over and high-fives you. "You ready for a halo drop?"
Hell yeah!
All right. And General Hawk nods and says, "Between these two, you should have enough to get you into the base, but we don't know what we're sending you into, and we have no way of checking ahead of time."
Okay, so we've got the artifact. The artifact is safe.
We have it on lock.
All right. We're going to this base to stop any further attempts to acquire the artifact.
Hopefully prevent any further incursions. Are there any questions?
No, this is all the information I need to go out into the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Okay, so we get there and what?
General Hawk will give you further details, saying that he basically wants you to infiltrate the base, find out where they're operating out of, find out what they know and what operations they have going on. If you can help it, try not to be too overt, but if it comes down to it, then definitely defend yourselves.
So, I have a suit that is self-contained, so I can breathe and stuff. So, is there any chance that in the... Oh, cool, thank you. Or if I have to with Swindle, that there's any sort of device that I can use to propel myself in the water.
Torpedo walks over and says, "I've got that pretty much on lock myself.
Oh.
I can provide that for you.
Okay, that
Mission
sounds
critical
pretty good.
gear."
Yeah.
And he looks to Kensei. And for the aquatic part of the mission, of course, I can provide some scuba gear for you and teach you guys a few things about deep dives. Because we are going to experience some pressures down there, and you're going to need to be able to equalize as you come back up. I don't know much about your suit, Blue Ranger, but I can tell you that if you come up too fast, you might get the bends.
Oh, I appreciate what you have to say, but I think I have these things pretty well done figured out.
And I don't know much about Cybertronian physiology, but, does pressure really matter to you?
Not so much.
So, Kensei, before the transport gets here, I gotta go over a few things with you. And he explains how to use the gear and what he means by going down slow and coming up slow to avoid getting gas in your blood. Yeah. And generally speaking, just a crash course on scuba diving. Which, you kind of had a little bit of training on that during basic. Beachhead was very thorough on all the various environmental hazards you would be facing. Ripcord's going to look to the two of you and ask if you have any familiar with halo drops.
Can't say I know what that is. Some with angels.
It actually stands for high altitude, low opening. You jump from a really high spot, and then you deploy your parachute when you're close to the surface.
That makes sense. No, I can't say that I've jumped from high heights on purpose.
I have. It's a lot of fun.
You're going to get a crash course on it today. He looks to the Transformer. How about you?
I can fly.
Well, that makes a halo drop a lot easier for you. So he claps his hands and says, all right, whenever y'all are ready, we can go over a few things before we get the transport here.
All right, I'm ready.
And he's going to, similarly to Torpedo, give you guys the breakdown on how it all works and make sure that you'll be safe and tell you how to operate a backup chute in case you need one.
All right.
So about 2 hours pass, and you begin to hear the rush of engines, and people are moving about the airstrip. You can pick up the radio chatter pretty easily because you're just used to listening in.
Now, is he like a Harrier, or is he going to come in like for a landing?
He's coming in for a landing. You see this massive carrier airplane with the Autobot logo on the side, and you can hear over the radio, the landing's always the worst. I always get sick on the landing.
Sick on the landing?
And the takeoff. I hate flying. Life sucks for Broadside.
Wow.
Well, does he get seasick?
Yeah.
He get seasick?
Yeah.
Okay, suck all over.
Yeah, life is pretty terrible. But, yeah, I do what I can.
This is Scrumpy Swamp.
So wait, he's a try-changing, gets seasick and airsick?
Yeah, yep.
Wow.
And generally hates being bothered to do things, but we'll do them anyway. Aww.
He's like Eeyore.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, I'll assist in the war against Decepticons. Not like anybody wants me around otherwise.
So this jet comes in for a landing, goes most of the way down the airstrip before converting into this super tall robot. I'm alright. I'm okay.
That was real smooth. That was
Wow. So, how big is he compared to me?
It's like twice your height.
Twice?
In robot mode, he still can hide away parts of himself if he
So
needs
he's
to.
about as big as Optimus Prime. He is as big as Optimus Prime. Maybe
As big as Optimus.
Hey, what's up?
He squats down to get eye level with you. He didn't tell me this is a military base.
It's okay. We're leaving.
Alright.
We're going to a bad military base.
Great. Can get shot at, aren't I?
So you've heard of Cobra,
Rings a bell.
and do you remember all the giant robot fights on the West Coast that was not Cybertronians?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Okay,
We didn't have to do a single fight. It was great.
the Decepticons have joined the space robots and Cobra.
Wow. That's bad news.
That is very bad news.
So I guess we're going to go stop them?
We'll try to.
Okay. I'll do my best. He kneels down and begins to convert back into the jet form. Tail end opens up. Climb in.
Well, I've heard of looking up old friends, but
Look, I don't like this any more than you do.
just relax, it'll be over soon.
So Torpedo and Ripcord walk over, look over at this huge jet, and they nod and board the airship. Do you just walk in, or do you convert, go in, or...
I guess probably the easiest way would be the postal vehicle going there.
So, everyone's loaded up. The hatch slowly closes up, and the plane, aka Broadside, starts to take off.
Is he going to get sick again?
Probably. I hate flying. I also hate going on the ocean, so this is going to be great for all of us.
Let's go!
All right.
All right.
Quite a clip, so it doesn't take very long before Ripcord takes off the belt and stands up and starts saying that you're getting ready for the drop.
The seatbelt light hadn't come off, sir.
Oh, well, we live dangerously in Joe.
Right now we're living dangerously in the Broadside.
Speaking of Broadside, I'm sure a bunch of you have begun to question where we're going to land.
Well, I figured that we were going to jump out of the plane. He was going to convert it to an aircraft carrier and we're going to land on it.
Good job, Kensei. Gold star.
Wow, okay. I
Hoorah.
was going to say something else, but okay.
We're talking about a 200,000-foot drop, followed by a 700-foot dive. If any of you have problems with air pressure in your ears, you might want to chew some bubble gum.
I'll pull out some of my bubblegum tape.
The little light goes off and you hear Broadside speaking over the intercom. Hey, we're almost there. You guys about ready to jump?
Well, actually, we're still trying to figure out.
What if they just get in the back and I just fly down the road?
I mean, I don't see why not.
If you want to try it, sure.
Oh, I'm jumping. I love this.
You want in?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
I'll climb into Postmark.
Anyone else?
Torpedo will jump in with you.
Okay. So I raise and block my propellers.
The back hatch opens, and you feel that rush of air as the pressures all change.
How to put on my four-ways.
Slowly, just put it in neutral and just let it.
Well, I'm like running full as fast as I can out the back. Woo-hoo! I do like a double. There.
And Ripcord's like right by you. He like high fives you on the way as you both jump.
Watch out for Postmark blades!
Ripcord actually yells as he jumps out, "Yo, Joe!"
Well, it would be funny if I ran over him on the ramp driving off.
So wait, were you in helicopter mode or whatever mode?
Post truck with helicopter blades.
Oh, it literally is just a truck with helicopter blades.
Yeah.
This is
Inspector Gadget style.
For airman.
Yeah.
So those of you who are jumping, which again would be Kensei and Ripcord, I believe, I need an athletics to pull your cord, because it is a tight pull if you've ever actually had to pull a ripcord.
No, I haven't. I would love to have that.
Have you skydived?
Oh.
Nope.
I got a 10.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't sound familiar.
Literally,
You pull the cord and fly right into the rotor blades of the postal truck.
literally,
Your
went to
parachute
Universal.
fails.
Cool. I have a backup chute, right?
Yep, go ahead and pull that.
Lollipop.
17.
Okay, your backup chute deploys. For a moment, you have a momentary little heart palpitation of,
No, that was pure adrenaline.
all right, cool. Better than that, everyone give me an alertness check.
Oh, crap.
Ooh, I got
14.
12.
What? Five. All right, well, you're inside him, so that makes sense. You're falling off.
Do I pull the chute? Do I pull the chute?
Those of you who got higher than 10, do notice there's an aircraft carrier falling from the sky. So give me another quick acrobatics
Nick
check.
Fury quit!
What? 2. Oh.
Then what am I going to do?
Acrobatics, please, to avoid the aircraft carrier
I don't
falling.
have acrobatics. 20 crit!
Nice.
You have story points. Just throwing that at you.
You might want to have a point.
Your buddy Ripcord do something fun for you. Skill test fumble. No. Using reroll results.
Of 1.
Get a clue when stumped. Any idea what to do about this?
Right?
Might be worth a clue. I don't know.
Okay, so I assume I got out of the way.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so why did we jump out of something, then allow it to fall on us?
I figured he would have gotten closer to the water before converting.
He told you this was a halo jump.
Yeah, you could have at least waited till he was like, 500 feet away.
He misinterpreted how far away you were. Luckily for you,
Take 100,000 bludgeoning damage.
Luckily for you, Ripcord does float closer to you enough to pull you out of the way and readjust your chute so that you get blown off course. And this massive structure just passed you. You kind of get knocked a little bit. The air turbulence throws you for a loop, but between you and him, he helps you out.
That's gonna really hurt when he hits the water. Just saying.
And he nails it with this giant splash. You can almost hear him groaning.
Belly flop was a bad idea.
Yeah, it really was.
I have a question. This Cobra base is underwater, right? Do you think this base would have noticed an aircraft carrier hidden in the ocean?
Torpedo inside of you informs you we're still a couple leagues out. We're gonna
Leaks? Okay, come on, dude. Miles, clicks, come on, give me something here.
we're outside of radar range. I need athletics to land on the aircraft carrier.
From the humans or me?
Whoever's landing, that includes you and the...
I'm assisting by driving. 11. I'm assisting.
I mean, I guess.
I'm helping, see?
11.
Okay. Yeah, you guys land on the aircraft carrier. You a little bit rougher than Kensei, who's more experienced with this.
So the guy
Ripcord lands like an angel, just bam, no problem.
with a reserve chute.
Ripcord just, woo! Alright! Double high five you.
Yeah!
Torpedo comes out of the back of the postal vehicle. Let's not do that again.
Yeah, I am gripped to your wheel.
Broadside is continuing forward into the waters where the base was located. He's complaining the entire time, saying how much he wishes he wasn't here and wishes that he could have just stayed at the port and hung out. And
Man, buddy, did you lose your tail or something?
I would turn tail if I could.
Are we almost there?
Mr. Broadside, why are you so depressed?
You would be too if your home was destroyed by war and then you were forced to do stuff you hate.
You're almost there?
A little bit passes and the boat stops. Torpedo takes you aside and starts gearing up himself, putting on the scuba apparatus. Hands off a kit to Kensei. Gets your little self-manned shark and looks to Postmark. I guess you pretty much handle yourself at this point.
He always does.
Once you're ready, he dives in.
Alright, let's do this. Oh, sure!
Shirt?
Forgot my shark. Will you throw it down?
Do you have one?
Yeah, Torpedo provided one for him.
Okay.
So did they give us like scuba gear or did they give us like
Full-on scuba gear for you. But he also got you one of those little one-man underwater jet ski things. As you guys are descending into the depths, he turned on a few lights so that you can see. Give me alertness checks, everybody.
I'm so good at this. 10. Things that I don't have. Alert.
Postmark.
Working on it.
Take an upshift on this.
12.
Okay. The 10 and the 12 are going to spot the base first. And it looks like a tower underwater attached to an undersea facility. But with your 12, you also notice there's a lot of movement out here in the open water. An entire massive swarm is crawling over itself and climbing up the towers. You recognize this mass of metallic creatures as Sharkticons.
Oh, good lord.
okay.
What's up? You look a little sweaty there for a robot.
Let's see, we can't talk really before, can we?
He can.
Does he got a...
I'm wearing a suit.
His Power Ranger suit is self-contained,
Okay.
and he does have radio
Wait,
communication.
now does he have like a helmet or does he just have like the eye mask and the rebreather?
Eye mask and a rebreather.
So he can't talk.
He cannot.
Okay.
And neither can Torpedo, but he's giving you hand gestures to be alert.
Can I tap him and Torpedo?
Sure. For those of you in the studio, in the audience at home, wondering what in the world are we doing silent, Postmark is making hand gestures to indicate that it's not safe to go down to this base.
Cross arms X. Also, finger chomping motions pointing at the Sharkticons.
I just want to say that I'm pretty sure he can talk in the water.
Yeah, he can, and I don't know why he's making all these hand gestures.
You have a voice box or something, don't you? Like a speaker?
I guess it would carry through the water?
Yeah.
Move for the world!
After a moment to recalibrate against the water.
That sounded kind of funky.
Oh my gosh.
Those things are bad. Hurt very badly.
Why are you talking to us like we're babies?
You, primitive human. Me, strong Cybertronian. You dumb. Me, smart. Anyway, so he points them out to you, and now you guys can see that the ocean floor is moving. And
floor?
Yep.
That's up.
Since you guys clearly don't seem to have a plan, Torpedo's going to gesture that he wants to get a look around. He's doing the eyes scan gesture with his hand and suggests that split off. Who wants to do some searching?
All right, well, first off, I want to see what I know about Sharkticons.
Alrighty then.
That would be culture.
Either culture or survival or technology. Justify something, and I'll tell you what you find out using that skill.
I would definitely go with technology because it's got way more dice than that.
13.
You know of the Sharkticon's technology, it tends to be leaning more toward the primitive side. They really don't have blaster weapons. They have bludgeoning teeth. Yeah, they have sharp teeth when they're in their shark mode, and when they're converted into their robot mode, they have a ball and flail thing going on.
Don't they have claws too, right? Ripping claws?
Not really. You're thinking more of the alicons that turn into like the alligators that have claws.
Okay.
Sharkticons are the bubbly, round-shaped ones with bulbous eyes and sharp, like rows and rows of teeth. These things are living grinders.
Don't they travel in schools, right?
Oh yeah. Sometimes massive colonies, sometimes 1,000 strong. This looks to only be maybe 100 or so.
Alright. Is there a prime? Is there like a leader?
Not really. It tends to be a conflagration. They're not very organized. Whenever you see them in groups like this, they're typically manipulated by something with intelligence. You remember that it was the Quintessons that typically enslaved these creatures.
Right.
Yeah. And why they're here, you wouldn't know.
There's got to be something to drive them away.
Well, they are pretty animalistic.
Blood and water. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Why not? They wouldn't be attracted to blood. Would it be blood energon? And I was thinking possibly, but also I have some grenades. Okay, BM. It says element.
Which you would have chosen when you acquired them.
Well, in my scavenging, the Sharkticons, what do I know about their senses? Are they sensitive to sound? Are they sensitive to energy signals? Are they sensitive to maybe sight?
That would actually be more of a survival role.
Survival role.
Technology tells you what kind of stuff they use and...
Right. Okay. So, what draws them or drives them away? 20.
So with that survival check, you do know that they are attracted to energon as more primitive creatures. They're not super intelligent, so they're pretty easy to dupe. Being that they come in numbers, that's the real challenge.
Okay.
It's like dealing with a zombie horde.
Does anyone have a spare air tank?
Torpedo points to his back. He does the dual air tank thing because he prefers to have an extra oxygen tank in case of emergency.
This is an emergency. So, may I?
He shrugs and maneuvers a little bit underwater to take this extra tank off and hands it off to you.
Now, would someone have some kind of container or maybe
would I be able to dispense any of my personal energon?
What do you want to do with it?
Maybe rub a rag into it or something.
You're just trying to smear energon on this thing?
Yeah. Is it thicker than water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You will have to take some damage for doing so because you are bleeding yourself for it.
Alright, so I don't know exactly how much it would take to attract them.
With that awesome survival roll from earlier, not much. These are basically hungry piranhas you're dealing with here.
I'm going to smear some energon on it.
So I'm going to break off the valve and let it shoot away past the Sharkticons over off to the side.
That's the plan. Number one, how are you getting the energon out of your body?
Maybe somewhere in my chest cavity?
Ouch. Alright. Do you have a blade?
I got blades.
Okay. So?
Well, communicate this to me, your plan.
Okay.
Maybe I can participate and do it in a way that isn't so brutal.
Or maybe in my leg or something?
What do you have in mind if he tells you the plan? I'm imagining you outlined it the way he outlined it to me.
These things are attracted to energon. Remember that stuff you had a boot full of?
Uh-huh.
Wish we had some. I do.
I want to put some on this and use it as a bullet to draw them away from there.
Alright, then can I, rather than him just slicing parts up, I just want to lead him, sort of, in a way that will do this while using a charge from my med kit to heal the damage that he would take from doing so.
Give me technology. You're taking up shift. You have a firmer understanding of Cybertronian technology.
14.
You're able to bleed them off a little bit. I do want you to remove one energon point.
Understood.
Because no amount of healing is going to take away from the fact that it just bleed out a little bit of energon. And now from you, I need a targeting roll. And I want you to take a downshift on this because it's not like you're used to firing air tanks that have been punctured underwater.
So, for targeting, so I should just do the D2?
Yes.
Crit 20.
Yeah, you fire this thing off into a straight line. You couldn't have aimed that any better. Practically all of the Sharkticons immediately catch whiff of the energon on this thing and start to chase after it.
Alright, we go now, right? We go now?
Now, everyone buck it up.
Alright. I want everyone to give me a quick athletics to double time it on your swimming.
As much as I would hate to do this instead when I'm driving.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have your, never mind, if you're using one of the little personal underwater carrier things, make that a driving check.
Because I don't have skills in driving.
I hear it.
You got the same roll, so 6.
Wow. Alright. What did you get for yours there, Postmark?
12.
Well, the good news is you did twice as good as they did.
Did they get 6s?
They got 6s. You're trying to get a handle on these things, but they're weird. They catch the water a funny way. You're not quite as fast as Postmark, and certainly Torpedo is just right past you guys.
Torpedo.
Yeah. No problem at all. It takes you up to what looks like an access panel and is trying to punch in some numbers, trying to hack the keypad.
Who is Torpedo?
Torpedo. He seems to be having some trouble with it, though. Anybody want to take a stab at it?
What does the pad look like? Does it look like my technology?
No, it looks like human technology. Give me a technology roll or an infiltration check.
Oh, technology.
Alright.
22, 20 on the die.
Wow! You guys are rolling fire tonight.
Good. I'm not using my own dice. Good.
Yeah, apparently the dice I gave you guys are cursed. So yeah,
I'm having a lot of luck out of this.
so you managed to take a look at it and figure out the code pretty quickly based on this kind of pad, this kind of input, and yeah, no problem.
The numbers are kind of warm too on the correct ones.
Yeah, 1984 opens. Yep. You swim in, the doors close behind you, and the room that you just swam into begins to empty of water. Before finally flushing out, you no longer need the breathing apparatus. Torpedo.
I'm leaving my helmet on.
Well, yeah. But Torpedo will look to Kensei and gesture you can take your mask off now. He's going to suggest that he protect you guys' exit and keep an eye on the equipment here.
Alright, that sounds like a good idea.
And he does. You guys are on your own from here on out. I'll be in radio contact. Remember, they're probably listening in. So there is a door that leads out of here that seems to be unlocked, because why would they double lock a door?
Right.
And beyond that is a cold metal hallway leading in both directions.
I wish to use my energy scanner to scan for energon.
Give me a science roll. You
Not
didn't take
technology?
Science. Nope, science this time.
Here, give me that scanner.
Can he operate as a Cybertronian scanner?
If you show him how. In other words, give him assistance on the roll.
So I am assisting you with this technology.
21.
Detect that there is some kind of energy off to the left and a good 100 or so feet away.
Do you want to go toward the energy?
What this means is either A, that is a supply of energon, or B, it's a Cybertronian.
Could it be the dark energon we was worried about?
Would it tell us the difference?
Yes, it would. The readings are electricity.
Okay, so
it
this could be the power source that powers the base.
Would we want to shut that off or something?
We
would either A, want to shut it off or B, compromise it.
Hey, you got any like remote explosives or something there, Kensei? Yeah, but
I'll use a story point.
Okay.
Hey!
Yeah, we'll say that you have a couple grenades on you that you could probably set a timer to.
I was talking. Okay, timer. What about like remote explosives? C4.
I'll swap it out. It's your choice. It's your story point.
Swindle appears beside you and holds open his magic briefcase.
I was thinking proximity mines.
Oh,
Dude. Why would you set proximity? Okay, what if we set proximity mines on there and we leave and 2 seconds later the janitor claims it?
No, I'm off
Janitor.
Oh, that's good.
wow.
I'll dress up as the janitor. All right. I'm
The Viper.
The Viper.
I'm here to vibe your windows or something like that. You know. There you go.
I think that you should stick with remote detonation rather than timers.
Okay.
The idea or the remote can also set a timer. Remote detonate or timer. What do you think?
I think remote detonation so that when things go bad, we can shut off their electricity and maybe get out during the chaos or something.
Remote detonation.
All right. I'm going to say that you have 2 remote control bombs.
Do they have 2 separate remotes or one remote to control both bombs?
Programmable.
Yeah,
So
two
one
bombs and 2 remotes.
So one remote.
2 bombs, 2 remotes.
These are the programmable.
Yeah, so you can do each remote can blow up one, or each remote can blow up both.
Yeah.
So that way, if one of us gets captured, the other one can blow it up. So you need to pick one of us to have the other remote.
I feel like it'll fit my hand. So,
Yeah,
I feel like I'm a better candidate.
It was sort of designed for human-sized creatures.
Are you going to use an electromagnetic grenade or a boom boom grenade?
Boom boom.
I would assume that the boom boom grenade.
Because if I use magnetic, you're kind of screwed.
So this whole time, are you guys just standing around talking about this?
No.
That was mostly out of game conversation, and so you, I had the idea of explosives, which you confirmed that you had, and now we're gonna head that way.
All right. I need everyone to give me an infiltration check.
Yeah, now this I can do! He said before he just rolled horribly.
I can do this too. And I get 2 upkeeps on.
Nice.
That's a 2. 18!
7 with a max of 6. So critical.
13. Wait, what?
Critical 13.
What'd you get?
20.
Wow. Okay, yeah. As a group, you guys succeed with flying colors, just as a group of putties go marching past down this hall.
Hey, time out. I need the DM to set the scene for me a little bit.
Okay.
Is this built to human specs?
It's actually large enough that you can stand. It seems like these corridors are built to move equipment in large bulks, so it's big enough to where you can be in your bot mode, or you could be in your
Do I need to crouch, or can I just walk normally?
You can walk normally.
Okay. As we walk in here, we're attempting to be stealthy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I draw my swords.
Okay. And like I said on the infiltration roll you just had, you're about to go around the corner, but then all of you duck out of the way and out of sight, just as this small platoon of putties goes marching past. And this is the point where you realize there's probably a few roaming guards of these. Give me a quick alertness check.
Oh dear.
For the Power Ranger, take an upshift on it.
Okay, thank you. Oh no, I actually have a D3.
If either of you guys want to roll an alertness check, you may.
That's a 13.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
That's not.
Okay. Postmark. You notice that these putties look different from the other ones? I mean, yeah, the other ones you fought have been
Ones
kind
on
of
the motorcycles, yeah.
But these are not so much gray as silver and seem to have a Z on their chest. You, being a Power Ranger and having rolled what you did, know that these are super putties. They're stronger, they're tougher, and they will be much more dangerous. The upside to this is, if you aim for that Z, you can probably get some kind of edge on the attack.
All right.
Do you impart this information?
I mean, yeah, because I got my helmet on, so I'm just gonna turn off my speaker and just go right to y'all's heads.
So just transmitting.
Yep. So yeah, I impart that knowledge.
Beautiful. So now the bunch of you know. You go a little bit further down, and you start to pick up, I'm not going to require a roll for it, but the sounds of screams and crackling electricity.
Oh, somebody getting tortured or something?
I'm gonna check my scanner again.
Not going to require a roll. You got a pretty good roll the last time, and you know what you're looking
All
for.
I can think of
He
is
didn't roll
fatal,
Jack.
fatal fluffies.
Oh,
Jack rolled.
I will, however, I think, go ahead and give you a science roll on the scanner, just in case you pick up something else.
Do I assist him?
You may.
15.
As you get closer to the sparking electricity, number one, that reading is going pretty high. But there's a second reading.
Mm-hmm.
It's not dark energon, but it is dark energy.
Interesting. So, there's some twisted stuff going on in here. Y'all hear that? I hear the screaming.
I feel like this is a contest of freaks, and I'm the normie.
You jumped out of a plane. That's a little weird.
Dark energy, dark energon, putty creatures.
Dude, that's pretty pedestrian stuff, man. So I'm gonna check out the door.
Give me an infiltration check as you get close to this door to avoid being seen as you crack it open.
You want to crack open the door? How you feel about that sort of stuff?
Who's got the infiltration?
I got a little bit.
I got a +2 in infiltration.
I got +6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
21.
Amazing. Yeah, Kensei, you crack it open just enough to where you can see inside. You're keeping it super stealthy. Nobody knows you're there. What you see in the next room is a man on a table, and you recognize this as the scientist that Zartan was pretending to be. And he is actively being tortured by a bald man with a mustache with no shirt on, in absolute defiance of all lab safety, standing next to a strange ape-like creature in gold armor with wings.
Culture to see if I recognize this sign.
Absolutely.
17.
Number one, you know the scientist that's strapped to the guy strapped to the table is a scientist. You know him as one of the guys that was working. You also know that the bald guy with the monocle and the mustache is not Mr. Monopoly, it's Dr. Mindbender. And actually, with that high roll, the monster in gold armor, you kind of remember reading something about a golden monster with the wonderfully original name, Goldar.
Alright, so I'm going to turn around. One of Cobra's top scientists and stuff is in there torturing Wes's top scientist. Thank you, your friend, Goldar.
Goldar?
I need an infiltration check with 2 downshifts for yelling out Goldar's in there.
I ain't clobbering on the head now.
Wait. The infiltration check is
2 downshifts? Is there less than a D20?
There is, actually.
Oh, yeah. Let's get right there.
That's an auto fail.
Well, you hear as one of the super putties looks over just in time to catch you yelling, Goldar's here.
Wait,
It
what putty?
seems the running patrols that have been running around,
Goodness.
and he seems to be gesturing for others to join him.
Yeah. I'm gonna go blasting.
All right.
Stealth weapons, anyone? Don't you have a staff?
I mean,
When I say blasting,
So, initiative rolls.
16.
so I got a total of 11, but I got a critical on a D4.
That doesn't work on it.
Yeah, but I will take into account. And what did the Transformer get? All right, then.
I'm going to park here for a while, get a oil change, think about it. Foot massage.
I told him he should do that. I told him he needed to get his oil changed.
Well, Jack, you are the first to react.
How many of these fellows are there?
Right now you see one, but you did see him gesture for others to join him.
So I'm gonna pull out my new weapon that I just got from Swindle. And I'm going to summon it from the grid, and it is going to be 4 floating little lasers that are near me. So I get to make 4 attacks, but it does 1 energy damage for every 2 successful hits. Sorry, I forgot to mention, I'm aiming for the Z.
Oh! Not ugly.
Okay, so that's a 20.
Okay.
Not ugly.
And that's a 19, and it doesn't matter what I do on the second, because it does 1 damage per 2 hits, so I do 1 damage to the Z.
All right. Yeah. One of the 2 laser blasts hit it, and sparks fly off of the armor, but it's still standing, and it twists in an unnatural way at you.
Oh, golly, I hate when they do that.
All right. Did you want to take any movement?
I'll hide behind the robot.
I was going to say, was the summoning... I don't think summoning anything...
No, it's a free action.
Or
It's not even a free action. It's literally just nothing.
Okay.
So the one other thing I'm going to do is pull my staff out of the grid, because the things are computerized and I'm not actually holding them. They are things I have to hold. Those are just floating, and I have my staff, and I can do either one.
All right. That brings us to the putties. The first one that you hit is going to fling his arm down, and it's going to curve into a blade.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And he runs towards you and takes a swing at you.
Behind him.
He's behind me.
So he is going to take a downshift on that.
Okay.
I don't think an 8 hits your defenses.
No.
And as for the rest of the putties, 3 more come rounding around the corner.
Yeah, that checks.
Is our defenseless is our toughness?
Yeah. Sometimes it's tough or evade, just depends on the kind of weapon. From behind you in the room, you can hear the voices speaking back and forth. Specifically, you hear the voice of Goldar. What was that?
Yeah.
You stay here.
All right.
All right, that brings us to Kensei.
There's putties coming down the hallways.
Yes. There are 3 approaching. One's on Jack/Postmark's boot.
Purple is
And you can hear in the room behind you, Goldar just said that he's just told Mindbender to stay here.
I guess I'll turn around and face Goldar.
You're in the room?
I mean, I'm closest to the door.
Are ready to actions a thing?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I guess what I'll do is I'll ready an action attack against the door.
I'll take note of that.
So what I want to do is I'm going to have Seppu in my right hand, and then my regular katana in my left hand.
Beautiful. You strike a cool pose. Awesome.
I'm just going to use it with 2 hands. That gives me double damage.
Sounds good.
Dang, yeah.
2 shots.
All right, so you take your blades.
So I don't take a penalty. I just do 1.
Right.
I do full bore balls to the wall.
Sounds good.
Do you arrange those blades like Thanos?
Okay, yeah. You go to swipe at this putty that's over by your foot and just leave a gash in the ground as it dodges out of the way. That brings us back to Jack.
All right, since he's right here, I'm going to swing my staff at him. That is a 20.
That hits. You said how much damage on
That's
that?
1 bludgeoning.
1 bludgeoning. Got it.
And, hold on, I think I got something special for that. His cleverness drops by 1.
Brings us to the putties. This time, now that you're out in the open, it's going to try to tackle you to the ground.
Oh.
So it is going to roll its athletics against you. And I don't think 11 beats your evasion.
No,
So,
I'm a slippery boy.
yeah, you duck out of the way as this thing jumps and tries to claw you down and completely misses. The other 3 putties are going to rush in. They are going to... 2 of them are going to go after Postmark because he's the largest thing in the room. So, against your toughness, that will hit.
Hold on. He's within melee range of me and they're making an attack. I'm going to use my new defender trait to impose a loss of 4 to that roll.
Wow, okay. Yeah. One of them goes to strike at his legs, and you just deftly use your staff and smack his hand out of the way. Mm-hmm. The second one is going to try a different maneuver. It's going to try and jump up and go for your face. So it's going to roll athletics first. Actually, acrobatics, I think. All right. Your evade is 17, so you duck out of the way as this monster putty thing with claws just sails past your chrome dome. And the last of the 3 putties that had arrived is going to go after Jack, teaming up with his other friend, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't call them friends. These creatures don't really know loyalty, basically. But they are going to try to stab at you. 15 does not hit your evade. You're tough, I don't believe.
Nope.
So, yeah. These things they're starting to swarm, but they're not exactly landing just yet. Right at this time, the door slides open, and there, standing in his golden armor, and holding a blade that is covered in a black miasma, is Goldar. Kensei, you had a prepared attack. Yep. Go for it.
How close am I to Kensei? Curiosity.
I'd say about 5-10 feet.
I want to go close. Alright, first one's a slipping.
Okay.
For the 2, so that's 22.
Okay, that hits. How much damage does that do?
He's unaware that I was here, correct?
Yeah, you caught him by surprise.
So I guess you get that?
Sure.
5 damage.
Oh my god. Wow, tough. Good thing Goldar's a named bad guy and has quite a bit of damage.
Alright, second swing, regular katana.
And he's aware of you now. Oh yeah, this time, when you go to swing that katana, he catches your hand and looks you dead in the eye with his glowing red ember eyes. What kind of joke is this?
This is no joke. This is Joe.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Nice.
Okay.
I was going to say, yo, Joe! And then,
Yo, Joe!
I'm pretty confident that a 24 hits your toughness. You're going to take 2 bludgeoning as he slams a fist into your stomach.
He knocked your appendix out.
I just laugh.
Yeah, right.
All right. You know, it's funny. He should be laughing. It's his turn.
You better swing the sapling again.
Okay.
Try harder.
Your extra arm is free, so yes.
25.
Wow, that hits.
3 more damage.
Okay. He takes it, that nonsense. Your other arm is still being held, so is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I try to, push him down.
I like are you looking at your watch?
Give me athletics on that one.
20.
Okay, he got 19, so yeah, you're able to throw him off balance and throw him to the ground.
Okay, you flung Goldar.
Postmark, you're up.
How many are around me?
There are 2 actively fighting you, 2 fighting Jack.
One went over my head, right?
Yes.
So there's one in front of me.
One in
Jack's
front of you.
behind me.
Jack's more kind of to the side of you right now, because he
Well-
stepped out from behind you.
Okay, so I guess the one who was standing right in front of me. I'm going to swing at him.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to call Z on a sword.
9? Alright, unfortunately, you were attacking with your sword.
Wait, that's a crit on the D4.
It is a crit. Well, that only matters if it hits.
Yeah, that only doesn't matter.
Oh, critically failed.
So yeah, you go to swing your blade again and put another gash, this time in the wall. Jack.
Can I position myself between the two of them in such a way that they're both close to me?
Sure.
Cool. Before I do that, I want to end this buddy that's that I've already hit a few times. So I'm going to use 2-3 actions to call into the grid for my nanobots that are going to fly over to you. And as you're looking down on Goldar, you've just flung the damage, the wounds seal up that he did to you. So you heal both of your damage.
You're flying lasers, you're not doing surgery?
Mm-hmm. In the second session.
Laser surgery.
And I'm going to take a swing at that buddy. Now,
Alright. You go to smack him with your staff and he just ducks out of the way.
there you go.
These things are much tougher than the regular putties you've been dealing with. Alright. Brings us to the putties. There is one in front of you, one is to the side of you, so they're both going to attack you, Jack.
Yep.
Does 15 hit your toughness? Oh, yeah, you're at 17 when you're morphed. Okay. Second one. Heck no, with a critical one. Flailing around, smacks a hand against the metal wall or something.
Yep.
So he'll take a point of damage for that one. Putty on you, Postmark. I'm thinking that a 24 probably does hit you. Alright, take 2 sharp damage as it rakes a bladed arm across your back. The one that landed, the one that jumped past your head is the one that was attacking there.
All that damage on it. That's awesome.
And a 21, I imagine, hits you again. So the one in front of you is going to similarly do 2 slicing damage on you.
Alright, so that maxes my 4 points of health.
Okay, so here's what happens with you. Either you fall unconscious, or you can spend a point of energon to keep acting for 1d2 rounds as if you were not unconscious. Otherwise, you're down.
I think I'll spend energy.
Roll that d2.
2.
Alright, you got 2 rounds. So, that's that for that. That said, Goldar is going to kip up from his position. He's going to turn around and take a swipe at you. Alright. Does 14 hit your toughness? It does not. So yeah, that blade covered in black miasma just swings right past your face. You duck out of the way in time to avoid a nasty slice there. That brings us to you.
Primary hand was separate.
Unfortunately, that's not going to hit him.
Second swing, regular. 13.
Yeah, both of those. This time he just holds up an arm and it's off his armor. Second one, again, he brings his blade down to catch it so that you're now locked in that cool 2 blades crossed, him right in your face. You're not bad for a spiddly little human. And that brings us to Postmark.
I pulled out both my pistol.
Okay.
So if I aim once with my primary, it keeps everything where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
With my upshift, single. So first attack, 23 with a crit on a 6.
Oh, beautiful. All right. So how much damage does that do?
D20 got a 17 and I got a 6 on the 6. So that does 2 sharp.
Okay. You take aim at the one in front of you and fire. Impact hits right in the Z, and it sparks fly. He backs up to where he's not in challenge with you right now. He's still standing, but looks thrown for a loop for a minute here.
All right.
I'm going to impose a stun on that for your critical.
Okay. Now, is the other one behind me?
Yeah, but you can pivot and point at him, no problem.
Now, is he threatening Jack?
No, the 2 that were fighting you were just focused on you.
Okay.
Jack has his own set of 2 to worry about.
So I'm going to turn to the one behind me. I'm going to aim twice at the Z to impose my normal roll.
Bear in mind, you're aiming at the Z, so that's 1 upshift already.
Right.
So that would negate the downshift from the first one.
Okay.
So if you aimed on the first one, you would actually have 1 up from that.
Oh, so this would be a D8. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Smooth move, X-Lax. 19.
That hits. You said that was 2 damage?
2 sharp.
2 sharp on the second one.
No crit on this one, but I did get a 6 on it.
You've hurt them both, and they look messed up. But the first one is staggered from the critical. The second one is still able to attack you next turn.
Correct.
All right. That brings us back to Jack.
So I see how messed up Postmark is. 1 health.
So that brings me back to non-penalized.
You wouldn't be penalized. You're just no longer.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to drop at the end of next round.
You're not. You are okay.
Well, no,
1 HP is as good as 100.
I'm 3/4 not okay.
I'm going to go for the same one.
All right. He's dealing with.
I've been fighting the same one this whole daggone time. 13.
That is not going to do it.
Yeah.
That's it for you? All right. Kensei, you are currently locked in a battle of strength with Goldar.
I'm going to drop my one guitar. I'm going to put 2 hands sling it on my
Before you do, like I said, you are currently locked. So I do need an athletics against his athletics.
Well, now, wait a minute. Okay. If he's locked, does he have a hand on this blade over here and he's locked with 1 blade?
That's kind of how I imagined it,
Or
yes.
is he locked 2 blades against his 1 blade?
That makes a lot more sense.
That's up to him. If you have 2 blades up against his 1 blade, I will give you an upshift on this. If it's just the 1 blade, I'm going to impose a downshift on this. But you'll have your extra blade to attack with. So it's
He's just going to have 1. He's just going to have
the 1 blade up and the other hand ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, give me an athletics against his athletics. It does not beat his 17. Manages to force you to the ground. Now, you can still get up on your turn.
Oh, we're on his turn?
No, you're on your turn. He's just, with that loss against his strength, he forced you back off of him.
Can I do like a breakdancing kick and kind of get up at the same time?
I mean, that's flavor as far as I'm concerned, so if you're just getting up, or are you trying to attack him with it?
Yes.
Then I'd say roll finesse on it. Yeah, he's used to fighting guys that do moves like these. So he takes a step back, lets your foot fly uselessly. He laughs at you. And
Do I get to stand up then?
he gets to stand up, yeah. Since we're on Goldar anyway, he's going to take a swipe at you with that dark sword.
I'll tickle you with that stick.
20. So that is 2 more slashing damage as he swipes this darkness-covered miasma against you. And then this is going to go against your clever. 10 does not beat it, but you feel a buzzing in your head. It doesn't do anything to you, but you're aware of it. And if you glance back behind you, you can see that the Mindbender is holding up some kind of device and is pointing it in your direction. The first putty against Postmark. 17 against your toughness. -6, so that's 11 against your toughness.
That's a fail.
All right. Jack saves you by smacking the putty out of the way.
Can you defend?
There is no limit. I just have to be in range of the person being attacked.
I'm like putting a leash on him.
I didn't know I went full support. So I took the thing that lets me just...
Right, the second putty on Postmark. 7 is not going to hurt you. All right. First putty against Jack.
Can't do anything to defend myself.
Well, with the 6, I don't think you have to.
Can I help him?
Do you have any features that let you help him?
I can be his cheerleader.
17, that does hit you. So 2 slashing damage. That takes care of that. Kensei, we did you out of order, so we're going to go on to Postmark.
Yay! Okay. I want to shoot the guy that turned against... ooh.
Sounds good.
Sounds a shame.
That would be a 17.
That hits.
2 sharp.
You blast him right in the Z. The Z shatters, and he falls apart.
All right. Now, I want to turn back to the one who appeared to be staggering backwards.
Mhm.
With my offhand, I'm aiming twice, which will drop this down to a regular. Aiming at the Z.
All right.
Be with me. Be with me. 18 on the 20. 4 on the D4.
Which is a crit.
That's a crit.
It hits.
If
If at
18 hits, right?
Yep.
Okay, aiming at the Z of the stunned one. Table.
Similarly,
Table.
you nail him right in the Z, and he shatters immediately. I'm going to say that part of his limbs flings and hits that one putty that hit himself earlier and does 1 damage to him.
Oh, nice.
That leaves 2 putties, Goldar, and Mindbender. Brings us to Jack.
Mindbender, he hasn't even come out of the room yet.
But he is pointing a device at Kensei that is causing a buzzing in his head.
Do I know that?
Nope,
No.
you don't.
It's me.
Alright, so one of the putties is backed off a little bit. Did I hear that right?
He took care of that.
Okay. So there's 2 putties, or there are 2 that were attacking me.
Yes.
Yet again on the same fella.
All right.
That already got damaged. I reroll ones. They're all 1.
Oh, wonderful.
Slightly. Oh, that's much better, actually. 17.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, 17.
How much damage does that do?
Just 1 bludgeoning and 1 damage to his cleverness.
Got it. That brings us back to the putties. The one you just hit and did damage to his cleverness, he's been hit with the cleverness twice already, so he's woozy. He's not going to attack this turn. But the other one...
note,
Hmm?
the cleverness is just the social skills.
Okay, fair enough.
Smarts is... It doesn't damage their smarts, which is, again, like, I grabbed this and then questioned why I grabbed it, because I don't know why hurting someone's social skills in combat matters much.
Well, I mean, if this was a coordinated attack, you wouldn't be able to command anybody. But these are animalistic creatures. So, that's it. Thank you for saying that. He's going to attack you then. Attempting to claw you. Imagine a 21 hits you.
Yep.
2 slashing.
Well, give me a moment because this has not yet happened.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm out. So what happens when I hit 0?
For a Power Ranger, what happens is you have a choice. You can either take the defeat, or you can demorph to remain unconscious but retain 1 health, I believe.
So, I mean, either I die or I fall unconscious with 1 health.
Yes.
So that's what I do.
You haven't actually seen him demorph in person, but all of a sudden your ally, the Blue Ranger, suddenly becomes that janitor that was following you around and falls to the ground out cold.
So he was standing right by me. So can I use some emergency movement?
To do what? Like, you're right next to me. You don't have to move to get any closer.
I'm going to step over you.
Oh. Okay. I mean,
I want to step over top of you and shield you.
That's going to be on your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the good news is the putties have gone. So we have Goldar and Mindbender to deal with. And Goldar is laughing because he's enjoying a good sword fight against someone who is not incompetent. So he is going to take a swing at you. 16 against your toughness, which does hit. However, it doesn't do slashing damage this time. This time, you feel the miasma wash over you, and your defenses will be lowered. I won't say by how much, but know that I'm keeping track.
Because if I was up, I could have totally prevented that.
Followed by
Yep.
Mindbender. Even with your lower defenses, 7s are not going to push past your cleverness. But you still feel that sense of vertigo as he's slowly walking towards you with this device in his hand. Kensei.
I'm going to shoot the offhand katana. Second.
Nope. He sidesteps the attack.
Am I facing? Is his back to me or what? I mean, what does it look like?
Right now, he's got Kensei in a bad position because he's on one side and Mindbender's on the other.
Flanked.
There are 2 putties still up. One looks very badly hurt. The other one's half there. But they were on Jack, who is down. And that does bring us to you.
Okay, I want to step over Jack and take a knee to where I'm covering him. Okay, I'm going to... How close are the enemies to him?
They're right on top of him, so you'll be able to do some damage to him if you want.
Alright, so primary hand, aiming, do I upshift? Aiming at Z.
Go for it.
That would be a 16.
Now is how much damage?
2 sharp.
Alright, you blow him away.
The second one, offhand, aiming twice. 20.
And you blow him away. All the putties are gone.
We stand pet Jack. Is there anything I can do for him?
Actually, yes.
What?
By reaching down and, shaking him, pat whatever it is you're doing to try to get his attention, he can shake you out of unconsciousnness.
Okay, I was going to ask how long that lasts because the book does not give a...
So this big metal fingers in the head.
Ow.
Get up!
Okay.
Like, I'm crouching over you.
I'm going to do the... This is my turn now. I'll do the Power Ranger thing where I go, stand up and check my chest for some reason, and then go back into that. So, yeah, I'm going to get behind so that there is, I guess the order is Dr. Kensei, Goldar, Postmark, me.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I will spend my action to say, it's Moppin time, Razorback, and put my suit back on.
So that will be your turn, because that does take some...
Summon both of my weapons back.
And the great thing, you can basically just get right back up.
Yeah.
That brings us to the bad guys. Goldar is actually going to turn and look behind him, because he just heard the Power Ranger thing happen. It's one time! And he's going to attempt to throw the sword through his legs at you.
Okay.
Now he's going to take an...
That's a penalty.
Yeah, he's definitely getting penalties on this one.
+2 to circumcision.
I don't believe 12 hits your evasion. I should have been more clear when I say he throws the blade. He's throwing the miasma of the blade.
Yeah.
Doing the whole Power Rangers energy throw thing. So this wave of black, whoosh, right past you. Whoa! Slams into a wall. Leaves a huge gash that looks like it's corrupted.
Careful, you're going to put a hole in this thing, and we all going to go for a swim now.
At least I'd be rid of you disgusting Rangers.
You'll never be rid of us, buddy.
Oh, talk.
Like you would take that much to get rid of me right now.
I don't think 14 beats your cleverness, Kensei. You're holding well against Mindbender's device.
Well, and it helps if I have a 15 social.
That brings us to Kensei.
Alright, so what Goldar's got his back to me on. Will I get sneak attack?
No, because he is aware of you. Even if his attention's elsewhere, you have been engaged in combat with him.
17. Critical.
Beautiful. So, how much damage does that do? Alright. With your critical, you bring your blade up. You smack the sword out of his hand. It goes flying and lands 20 feet away. He holds his hand, kneels down, looks to you, slams a fist on his chest, and in a ray of light, teleports away.
What about the sword?
The sword remains.
We're still in combat, so
Yes.
Do you move? Do you do anything else with your turn?
I level Sapoon at the Dark Mind Bender like here next.
That brings us to Postmark.
I want to holster one blaster, use my offhand to steady my primary blaster, and take careful aim at Dr. Mindbender's left knee.
Oh, alright.
So, and I'm going to put all of my aims into that. So that's 3 aims. That's a 13.
That's not going to be enough to hit him.
Okay.
He sees what you're doing and ducks out of the way in time.
Moves his knee.
Do you want to do any movement while you're here, or...?
I'm going to come up beside Kensei.
That brings us to Jack.
So I'm going to come running up, slide between his feet, jump over Kensei. I'm going to take 3 aims and I'm going to shoot him with my staff.
That's the one that does stun damage, am I right?
Exactly.
Cool.
That will be... So that is a 22.
That will hit.
So he takes 2 stun and can't move for 2 rounds.
Alright. Now, he knows that he's got you on him at this point. He's got a Joe, he's got a Power, and he's got a giant Cybertronian. He reaches into his pouch on his suspenders? Battle suspenders? Those pouches that he has? He pulls out a small device. Not like the one that he pointed at you, but he presses the button, and the scientist behind him screams in agony as the voltage rockets upward. And he smirks. It looks like you have to make a decision. Am I worth his life, or do you take care of him first? So that's his turn, him starting to fry the scientist.
Sure.
And threatening to kill him if you don't let him go.
I'm going to rush headlong as fast as I can toward him, and I'm going to try to cut the device.
Go ahead and give me that attack roll. 6. No, when you go to swing at this thing, the electric field on the rod acts as the deterrent, and you once again bring the blade down. It stops, as if you were smacking a stone wall. And he chuckles as he locks eyes with you. Did you not think that I didn't calculate for that?
Okay, so he pushed the button with
He's torturing the scientist and saying he's going to kill the scientist unless we let him go.
the device is in his hand.
There's a device in his hand. I'm going to try going for the machine on my turn.
How close are we standing to the question? To Dr. Mindbender?
I'd say about 15 feet away from him.
Okay, this is what I want to do. I want to drop my pistol, take a quick 5-foot step, and take my sword and cut his hand off.
And make your attack roll.
Alright, so I'm calling that, so do I take a downshift?
I will impose a downshift on this one.
Deuces!
Yeah, you're not used to fighting things this short. So your helicopter blade
I trip over him.
Cut his hand off.
I trip over Mindbender, fall on the scientist, and crush him.
That had been a 1, maybe, but this was a 2, thankfully. So yeah, your blade whiffs right above where the device was. And he chuckles. Now we're at Jack.
I'm going to go for the more Saturday morning cartoon-friendly version of this. I want to, real quick with my, smarts on technology, analyze the thing that the scientist is on and calculate what I need to do, like what part I need to laser with my lasers in order to stop the energy from going to it.
Give me a technology roll.
I am going to use a smarts point on that. 15.
You quickly analyze this thing. You read the heads-up display on the inside of your mask. You scan it all, and you figure maybe if you cut the red wire.
I'm going to aim for the red wire with my lasers. 18, but it doesn't actually do any damage unless I hit 2. That is a 19.
With precision, your laser flies in and right through the red wire. The machine starts to power off. The scientist is sitting there smoking from the electricity that's been coursing through his body. Looks dazed, but says, "Thank you."
I'm going to run over, are you okay? Just hand hovering over his chest. So yeah, that's me.
Can't move, so he sees what you've done and growls, throws the lightning rod down, and looks to Kensei and smirks, holds his hands out to be shackled up. Nothing matters.
I'll take out my handcuffs and put them on.
As you slap the handcuffs on,
There we go.
the multiple screens that are up on the walls all turn on at once, and you see a figure with a helmet and a chrome face, clapping his hands as he says, "Congratulations! It was a remarkable distraction that you came here all on your own." And the screen cuts to Luke Air Force Base under attack.
Oh no!
Yep, that is where we end.
No! Yep, I'm like, oh yeah, we totally got this thing on lockdown.
With that said, thank you everyone watching at home. Do all the YouTubey things, like, subscribe. Tell us how we're doing, whether it's good or bad. We love input. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye!